1 or 2?
They're kind of the same.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a different prescription.
What's up, everybody? Jared here with another sci-fi movie review. So I'm a little bit late to this one. Everyone's seen early screenings, but I went out and checked out the new Robert Rodriguez film, Alita: Battle Angel. Set several years in the future, an abandoned Alita is found in a scrapyard by a compassionate cyber doctor. After fixing her up, Alita learns to navigate her new life and figure out her mysterious past. So is Alita: Battle Angel a must-see this weekend? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Alita: Battle Angel in the comments down below. Was this the awesome manga adaptation, or was this just a bug-eyed girl mess of a movie? Now let's get into some of the good. This movie was my first exposure to Alita: Battle Angel and its material, but this movie, it was just so fascinating. I was fascinated with the lore, the world setup, like everything that's going on in this movie is so much fun. It's robust. It's awesome. Like, if I had to compare it to something, it was kind of like Total Recall mixed with Blade Runner and maybe a hint of Ready Player One. And the thing is, I feel like they only scratched the surface of the manga. I mean, we got the introduction of the Iron City, we got introduction of the warrior hunters and the bounties. Like that whole aspect right there could be its own movie. Then we also got the city up in the sky. I don't remember what the name of that is, but then we also got the awesome, and this was one of my favorite parts, was the action set pieces that were murder ball. The murder ball portions were my favorite, and it very much reminded me of kind of the opening sequence of last year's Ready Player One, and it was just awesome. Tying into the world lore, the story was another thing that really stood out to me. I mean, it's definitely this fish out of water kind of amnesia story. This girl, Alita, is just slowly trying to figure out who she was, what she's meant to be, and throughout this whole who am I mystery kind of journey, there's a bunch of action set pieces, a lot of fun stuff going on, and it's an eventual, kind of like hero's journey tale at the end of it all. I will say that I wasn't 100% on board for the full story. I'll get into that later, but I mean, overall, I was pretty much intrigued in this interesting story. Moving into the more technical side of Alita: Battle Angel, obviously from the trailers and stuff like that, you notice that there's the main character is this giant bug-eyed girl. So you know that this movie is going to be full CGI. The main character is going to be fully CGI. And the thing is, this worked seamlessly. Like, they at the end of it, they talked about how they filmed this movie, but a lot of it was practical with CG over top of it. I mean, there's a lot of people with mechanical arms. Like I said, Alita, they basically just put this CG cover over Rosa Salazar. Like, she did all of the motion capture, and then they kind of put this CG skin over top. And the thing is, like, tracking all of those dots and whatnot, this is one of the better looking, probably, I wouldn't say best looking CG characters we've gotten for a while. And obviously, dealing with CG, there are going to be some sequences that are a little bit jarring. I will say that the action set pieces, kind of the quick moving parts of Murder Ball, there were a few things in there that really, I was just like, they maybe could have cleaned that up. It didn't really work as well. But I mean, overall, for the amount of CG that they had to put in this movie, it really works. And lastly, I gotta talk about Rosa Salazar's performance. She is by far the standout, and the thing is, she is the one that really guides this movie. You're following her journey throughout this, and she did a phenomenal job of, basically like this character, there's a CG mask over her, but she was able to capture all of the emotion, the anger, the sadness for this character, bring it to the big screen, and like, I was a big fan of kind of her in the Maze Runner movies, and I'm glad to see that she's maybe finally going to get maybe a franchise of her own, or at least some sort of spotlight, because she definitely deserves it. However, I will say not everything in Alita: Battle Angel really landed for me. I will say that maybe towards the later third, some of the pacing was a little bit off. I mean, it's very much, it's building up, and then we get to this high point, and then it kind of drops back down. It's very anticlimactic. When the movie gets into its action set pieces, it's ramping up to 11. You're like, this is awesome, it's great, and then it kind of bumps back down to a 6, and then starts back up to an 11 there again. We never really got that 6 to midnight moment, and instead, it just kind of hangs there. Also, just a few characters that felt kind of throwaway. I mean, you've maybe seen it in the trailers, you've heard it from other people, but Mahershala Ali, he was just kind of a throwaway character. He's there to just deliver a few lines, and unfortunately, he's kind of a waste. I mean, he did a phenomenal job in Green Book last year. This year in Alita, he's just kind of taking up space. Overall, Alita Battle Angel is a top-notch manga to big screen adaptation, but not without a few faults. With a fascinating world setup, interesting story, some awesome action set pieces, some really solid CGI, and Rosa Salazar's superb performance, but with some story beats being anticlimactic and a few characters that just didn't work, I would highly recommend checking out Alita Battle Angel if you have the chance. I know that it looks weird, it's sci-fi, there's a girl with big-ass eyeballs, but seriously, treat yourself. In closing, I'm going to give Alita Battle Angel 4 out of 5 bug-eyed cyborgs. So what did you guys think of Alita Battle Angel? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, follow all of my social media stuff down there. There's more videos over there. Watch those, like those. Subscribe down to my channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you later. This movie was my first